Hello people, my name is Rage, and welcome one and all to that time again, one of the highlights of the week. That actually sounds kind of bad, doesn't it? One of the highlights of my week is when I find out what the new fun mode in an online card game is. I mean, it basically sounds like I care more about card games than the Pharaoh. Either way, when we press this Tavern Brawl button, I know one good thing. It can't be as boring as last week. Now, while last week had its merits, it did. It was good for new players to experience cards they don't own. For people who've been playing a while, it was kinda meh. So, come on, you Tavern Brawler! What are we doing? I like the picture. That looks cool. Heart of the Sunwell. The Sunwell, the source of all magic in Azeroth. In the Sunwell lies unlimited power, and that power is yours. Start each game with 10 mana and see what you can do with it. Now that's very, very, very neat. Okay. I am liking that one. Druid, by far and away, seems a good choice, because if you can make your first turn 2 massive legendaries with both innovates, that's gonna do pretty well for you. You can also, obviously, start with double mega healing nourish draws. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but double mega healing draws! Alright, so basically, I guess what we want to do for this one is just fill our deck with massive 7+ power minions, and then just plop them down turn after turn after turn in a massive legendary battle. I do kind of feel bad for anyone who doesn't have a big collection this week. That's something I will say. Hey, Deathwing turn 1 is actually not too horrible in this mode. Like, genuinely, a Deathwing turn 1 is not too bad. We'll put Mechanier in. We're up to 22. We'll get a bit of Alexstrasza on here. Why not? Gruul is an 8/8 for 7. It's fine. Bit of Chromagus. There we go. So we've got a nice amount of draw power. Then I think that kind of works. You know what? Let's put a Tree of Life in while we're here, just to prolong the suffering of my opponents. And I actually think, surprisingly, Recycle might be okay in this format, because if you can force it back into your opponent's deck, that's basically as good as destroying it, because they've got 10 mana to replay it anyway, and it just sets them back a turn. It's basically like a better sap in this sense. I mean, maybe my logic could be flawed. It's not very experimented with card. I just like using cards that aren't normally used. And then I probably want my swipes, and then I guess actually Poison Seeds, just to clear a board full of powerful guys. Alright, let's do this then. Let's hop in and start with ultimate power. I'm liking this. I mean, I have just gone for the obvious reaction of I start with 10 mana, massive legendaries, big power, whack it down. But I imagine there is some very cool things you can do with this. I mean, hell, imagine as a druid, my opening hand is Force of Nature, Savage Raw, Innovate. I could open the game with 26 damage on my first turn. That, I think, is something quite awesome. Alright, so we want to get rid of these 3. Malon is a good starting point, because he can obviously keep coming back. And in fact, never mind, Nefarian is definitely the way to go. Grab 2 priest spells, and then we'll probably be able to play them in the spare mana from these guys. That is pretty neat, though, starting with 10 mana. It's a subtle, small little change, but it's offers, really. You put Sludge Belchers in. Is the competitive bug still attached to your brain, my Kubot friend? I think you need to understand that you need many more powers than that. Okay, we'll go for Ragnaros to start with, just so it might immediately destroy the Belcher. Nefarian's okay and everything, and it gives me the spells, yes, but if it immediately gets Shadow Word deft, I mean, it's not great, is it? I do love the notion, though. This little kid, this like 12-year-old boy, Anduin Rin, is there. He's like, I'm a priest, yes! I'm so full of light, and granted, when he's an adult, he'll be a pretty powerful priest. Oh, mind control, obviously, that's not half bad, and he just top decked that, of course. Esports, everybody. Esports. But, like, Ragnaros, in fact, that's a good example, isn't it? Ragnaros, the elemental Fire Lord. I'm very tempted to Deathwing, but not before I play Nefarian and get my spells and just see what's up with that. The Fire Lord is... Oh, I actually might just silence him. That's not terrible, all things considered. In fact, these are some pretty good spells to get here. Alright, well, we'll see what he does with that. We'll see what he does that. And the Elemental Lord of Fire, this 12-year-old boy just went, "Hey, do you want to work for me, Ragnaros?" And Ragnaros was like, "Hells yeah, I do! Slumber party!" And now I'm being killed by my own creature. God, I wish Hearthstone was a representation of the lore. It would be fantastic. Okay, so in theory then, we kind of need to... Well, actually, I've got a plan here. I've got a plan, because what should happen if I kill Ragnaros is I have a 50% chance to summon Ragnaros. And of course I get Nefarian. That's about right. Okay, and then I guess we'll just drop down Malorn, and then we'll probably Deathwing it up next turn. Though I'm probably already dead. In fact, yeah, today games are going to go incredibly quickly. And yeah, the double-powered Priest, again, is pretty damn solid during this. Maybe Druid wasn't the best initial choice for my deck, though I did, of course, get incredibly unlucky with the mind control. So I'm gonna go again. I'm not gonna accept this. I'm gonna have one more go with this deck. But thinking about it, what would be the way to go? I mean, as a mage, your first 2 turns, Pyroblast. Doesn't really matter what your opponent's played if you have the fireballs to follow it up, though that is a little bit risky. I mean, Thrall's okay because you've got the hexes, but even then, that's not brilliant. This is a very, very, very solid opening hand here. I am kind of liking this. This is pretty damn neat. In fact, I am going to try Shaman after this, because I have an idea that might work out pretty damn well if we build a deck in the way that I'm thinking of. So get excited as we defeat Mr. Chubb. Mr. Chubb. Alright, I guess he really just wants a lot of cards. He is really keen on acquiring a lot of cards. I mean, it doesn't matter how many you draw, my friend. You can only play 1 8-mana plus card a turn. What is your deal here? I'll be interested to see where he's going with this. He might be trying to spam draw for like a Leroy Charge Wind Fury Wombo combo. That is definitely a possibility. So we'll see. But I have a feeling he's going to die next turn. So I doubt it's going to happen. I mean, it might do. If his hand was Leroy, Wind Fury, Rockbite, or Rockbiter, that's 18, 22 there. Maybe if he pulls out some Lightning Bolts, I don't know. But, oh, Ragnaros. This Ragnaros has to hit the 7-7 or the 8-6, or he dead. He's going to get rid of a Boombot, so at least that's something, but that doesn't help him massively at the moment. And there goes the other one, reducing the chances. Ragnaros has a 1 in 3 chance to lose him the game. What will it be, Fate? And Ragnaros returning the favor for betraying me last game. There it is. Okay, alright, so we are looking at some very, very, very fast-paced games here. So I'm going to have a slight shuffle with my deck here then, because I do want to try something that's actually a card that's not really used that often in competitive. And by that often, I mean kind of never. And it is Ancestor's Call, because what Ancestor's Call can do... Wait, no. What is this? What is this, Hearthstone? What do you do? What is this button here? Fine, I guess I don't get to see my cards. Because basically, if I start with 2 of these and 2 big creatures, then I'm going to play double the amount of power on my opening turn, which should, in theory, end up with an unbeatable board from the get-go. So, I'm kind of liking that. I think I'll pass up on Deathwing just this once. Maybe Onyxia, actually. A turn 1 Onyxia has got to be pretty powerful. Chromagus, of course. If we can double the power of these legendaries, that will obviously be really good. Earthshock's not actually as useful, because, yeah, we can silence abilities, but that's not that great. We have Kel'Thuzad and Reincarnate, that might go pretty well. Probably Farsight is actually kind of useful, because we'll be able to play any given thing we draw. Hex is obviously pretty good as well, and then actually Lava Burst might come in handy because it's nearly enough damage to actually deal with something. That's the main deal there, so what else would I want here? Something to probably just give me a little bit more longevity in the game. In fact, Crackle might work. And then, because we've got all of these, whatever, I'll put these in, and then I guess an Earth Elemental, because it's pretty powerful. In fact, I'll get rid of one Crackle, and I'll put both Earth Elementals in. Let's see how this does. I feel like this might actually work pretty damn nicely, if the stars align, of course. But I mean, the stars aligning is the requirement for many powerful rituals. Did you know, for example, little known fact, if you go stand on the highest hill near to you, when the stars align, you will be imbued with the powers of the moon god for 1 second. Now the catch is you won't know when you've been imbued, so you need to permanently stand there trying to cast something, otherwise it kind of doesn't work. Alright, so right here is why I'm kind of liking having Ancestor's Call. I'm going to keep these, and if I was to draw the second one, I could Rag and Kel'Thuzad on turn 1. Now I don't know about you, but one of the Lords of the... Oh my god! That is so good! That is so good! I cannot believe I drew it! And also, what are you playing, Mr. Tet? Are you okay? You're a Golden Hunter, and you're playing Dragonling Mechanic in a brawl where we start with 10 mana. I feel like this is one of those people that don't have a lot of cards. It's actually really unfortunate that we didn't draw Dr. Boom on the field, simply because he would have not spawned the Boombots. But alas, alack, we cannot have everything. That is pretty good, though. I mean, I have to say, that is pretty damn good. Alright, Boombot into Boombot, and then we'll find out, hopefully, what this is. Freezing Trap. Oh no, guys, how will I ever cope with my 3 mana Searing Totem? What is life? What is life? And we'll put him to 9. And Ragnaros, whenever you're ready, bring him fate! Oh, he got a Boombot. Poor Kel'Thuzad. Well, I mean, Kel'Thuzad can get killed by the 7/7, but it doesn't really matter. He's got nothing left. So that was quite an amusing way of handling this brawl, double Ancestor's Call. It really kicks things off with a bang, especially if your opponent's got some awesome cards as well. I mean, I guess it works more when you've got Ragnaros, or if you wait until you've exhausted your opponent's hand and you have stuff left. Oh, he's actually going to come back from this. That's quite impressive. Is he going to trade Dr. Boom for the Alexstrasza, though? He's not. Okay, he must be pretty confident then. Farsight is the next up. Alakia the Windlord, that is not bad. Let's see what this secret is. I imagine Freezing Trap, which means I can never, ever, ever play Alexstrasza again, which is just really, really quite sad. And then, boom. And then, boom. So all I need to draw is Crackle, Lava Burst, hell, even Lava Shock and a Spell Power Totem. He shouldn't be able to get past Alakia and kill me. Obviously, he's definitely going to kill the Lord of All Wind. It's kind of lame for an Elemental Lord, isn't it? I mean, the Lord of Fire flames at my command. The Lord of Water, the tides will wash over you and destroy civilization. The Lord of Earth, the earth will shift and crumble, and all you hold dear will fall into the core. And then, I'm the Lord of Wind, I go, and your hair gets messed up. Ha ha, ha ha. I do win things. I mean, obviously, you got tornadoes and gales and stuff, but, I mean, there's a reason Alakia is the weakest of the Elemental Lords. Alright, well, I am still alive then, and the thing is, he has to kill Alakia, otherwise, he died. Now, if I could just acquire an extra mana from somewhere, that'd be lovely. Alright, so I have basically a 5 chance to get him. Ooh, Ysera. That doesn't really help out too much. 7, 11, and I am dead. That is upsetting. I cannot believe he is running that kind of draw power, because you don't really need it when you're just playing a big creature every turn, but maybe that's the wrong reaction to go for with this ball. I mean, obviously I am playing straight off the line, massively blind with these things, so I'm just going with what felt right at the time, and apparently what feels right at this time is the game being very, very slow. Alright, let's try this one more time. I believe the Shaman deck can win. I can believe it. I do like how fast we're burning through games, though. I mean, this is quality for knocking out quests. It really, really is. Golden cards can be disenchanted for a lot of dust. Thanks. Thanks, Hearthstone. Appreciate it. Good information. Solid information right there. Alright, who's this opponent that it's very much struggling to find? And there we go. So unfortunately, we didn't get the really slow guy. To be fair, we might have done. I mean, Deems over here. My name's Deems. I do Deems things. You know, I'm all about the Deems. Oh, ho, 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 Malaghost and 2 spells. I mean, I can't rightly say no to that opening hand. Either he has a Hex, or he's lost the game. Oh god, and I can Alexstrasza him to 15 as well. I mean, technically I should have opened with Alexstrasza, but he's gonna have a Hex, isn't he? So I'm just gonna let him waste his time dealing with Malaghost here. And then, yeah. Oh, it was his top deck. Of course it was his top deck. And then we're gonna see a fairly hefty card. And yeah, there's the Earth Elemental. And a Loot Hoarder. Interesting. I mean, yeah, it gets round the problem of him having his overload. He can spend it on lower cost stuff to keep his hand fueled, but I don't know, I just don't see it, especially with Farsight being such quality in this mode, mainly because it makes your deck 28 cards effectively, which just increases your overall effectiveness. Is he got a way to kill Alexstrasza? He does have a way to kill Alexstrasza, and he's not going to. Interesting, because I mean, if I had a way to just silence this, I'd just kill him. I mean, maybe he just wants to have a damage race, which is fair enough. Let us do this, and Ragnaros the Fire Lord it is. That is not bad at all. We will kill that, lay that on the line, and then totem up. Ragnaros, kill the Fire Elemental. Strike at your own kind, my friend. Strike. Alright, we'll go face. I mean, actually, that means if he doesn't kill me, I have won the game, so I guess that technically works, but now I'm a little bit worried, because Shaman has that burst damage. I mean, a Rockbiter Wind Fury variant might actually be pretty damn solid in this brawl, and he's not going for lethal. Awesome. So, yeah, this was a fairly quick win. I mean, what furiously powerful games are these? I really like this week's brawl. I really, really do. Haunted Creeper. Really though, those two? I mean, I guess again, he's just probably someone who doesn't have a lot of cards. But yeah, maybe just filling with this many big legendaries might not actually be the way to go. That's the thing. But there we have it. Boom, bada boom. And there we have this week's brawl, everybody. Let me know what you think. What kind of deck would you build, or indeed have you been playing with? I mean, what's your impressions? Definitely better than last week, that I have to say. Let's find out what we got in our pack then, because I know you all like to know. Boom, 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 boom! Wow. Wow, I mean, that is a quality 40 dust there, isn't it? That is quite something. Alright guys, my name's been Rage. Remember to like if you've enjoyed this, it really does help, but I do appreciate it. I really, really do. And subscribe for more. Oh, goodbye.